Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to our Tuesday edition of Facebook Live. My name's Mark Love with Transwest Truck Trailer RV. This morning, I'm going to be talking to you about a 2020 Newmar Superstar. This is a 4051 model. The stock number on this unit is 5N201283. One of the things I always like to point out whenever I'm doing one of these Super Cs is right up here. For those that work on their own engine, this makes it so much easier than a diesel pusher when you can access it from the front. Now, this is the Freightliner M2 chassis. It has a 350 horsepower Cummins. That's the 8.9 liter. 1,150 foot-pounds of torque. And you can see how easy it is to access your power steering fluid, your water separator, your dipsticks for your oil. Everything is right at hand's reach. As we walk around this other side, over here we have our coolant fill, windshield wiper fluid, your air gauge for your air filter right there. That'll let you know when it's getting a little clogged, maybe time to change it. And one other thing I always like to point out, if you've ever been working on a car and have the wind come up or your stick, come out and fall down on your head, you don't have to worry about these because they've got a strut system that dampens it, closes nice and easy. Now, one of the unique things about this cab, it's actually an air ride cab. Pretty much all the other Super Cs, they lock down that cab area, so you're riding on your shocks and leaf springs, where Newmar actually keeps the air ride. There is an articulating arm between the coach and the cab that'll move 3 or 4 inches, and we'll talk about that when we're inside. But a real unique feature, helps make for a more comfortable ride. So let's move on down. First of all, you do have fuel fills on both sides of the coach. Now on the 2020, you only have a depth fill on the driver's side. For the 2021 models, you'll have that on both sides. First of all, let's take a look at the awning. This is one of the Girard roof mount awnings. It's just really nice to hang out here, even when it's cold and cloudy. It's nice to have that out. Here in the first compartment, we've got some good storage here. Now, most of these Super Cs don't have pass-through compartments like you're probably used to on your diesel pusher. And that's the same up front on this Newmar, but in the back they've done something a little different, give you a lot more storage. This compartment's got all your house batteries. Now there are 8 6-volt AGM batteries. This tells me that it's an all-electric coach with an induction cook surface, residential refrigerator. Standard would only be 4 batteries. Also, you can see you have your Oasis fill right here. Anybody that might be wondering what this little thing is here, that's actually a bracket for a hammock. So you can pull out a hammock under your awning and sit there and relax when the weather allows it. Nice heavy-duty grab handle, keyless entry with a doorbell. So we move back to the rear storage compartments. This front's got your hydraulic unit. You can see it's on a slide-out tray, so if you do want to, get into that and need to add a little bit of oil, very easy to get to. And then some more storage in the compartment beside it. You notice that the lights come on automatically whenever you open that compartment door. Over here, we actually have our outside TV in this model in this compartment. And that does pull out and tip. It's got the Bose sound bar. So for all you football fans, you're not going to miss the game. Let's look at the back compartment here. This is where things are a little bit different on a Newmar than just about any other Super C you'll find. First of all, you notice there's a full pull-out tray here. Well, not quite full, but pulls out quite a ways, give you a lot of storage. This happens to be your hammock in here. You can see the receiver hitch. This chassis is a 40,000 pound gross combined weight with 20,000 pounds of towing. So it does have the reducer if you want to use a regular 2-inch receiver also. Over here also, this is really nice because you've got a lot of controls, for instance, for your slide outs. 9 times out of 10, if you're having a slide out issue, you can unplug that, give it about 10 or 15 seconds, plug it back in. It's like resetting your computer. Very easy to access. Over on this side, you can see we've got our central vac, and you can bring your attachments out here. They're actually in this bag, and clean out these storage compartments here. And then you do have pass-through storage above, but one of the things I like to point also right here is the star foundation. Now, Newmar is the only company that does this. This superstructure, basically, it gussets everything down from the main chassis rails, supports the compartments underneath. But if you notice, your floor joists don't rest directly on your main chassis rails. You don't get the twisting and the popping of grout and so forth in a Newmar product because they build a more stable platform. Let's move on back. There actually is an option to have another smaller slide out tray in here. We don't have it. Those are the legs for that hammock I was talking about, and they always supply you with some extra floor tiles in there. Another nice thing about this model, I can pop the back and you can come on back here and see you get some great storage. Got a couple of tool racks here. You have, this storage underneath. And in this part of the coach, one of the things that Newmar does that's different from others, they actually double up their chassis rails. So you've got your main chassis rail, they weld another one inside, put that together with the star foundation, the air ride suspension on both the cab and the chassis. All together, it just makes for a quieter, more comfortable ride, and that's really what Newmar is known for. Great looking rear cap. You've got your backup monitor on top. Down here you can see the 3-inch receiver rated at 20,000 pounds. Got your hookups for auxiliary cameras, and if you're pulling a trailer, you've got your 7-way plug there also. As you can see, the 350 horsepower M2 106. For people that don't know what the 106 is, it's 106 inches from the front of the cab to the back of the cab where the coach starts. Let's move around on the passenger side. And again, you can get a really good look of that star foundation there. Again, Newmar is the only company that builds things this way. They almost over-engineer them, but it makes for a more comfortable ride, a quieter ride. When you consider that as you're going down the road, it's kind of like being in a mild earthquake all the time. Things stay together longer in a Newmar. It's a much more comfortable drive. Over here you can see the back side of where that pull-out compartment is, but look at the storage you get there, both below it and above. There is no other Super C that's going to have the outside storage that a Superstar will. This here happens to be your egress door. I'll show you that when we get inside, but one of the things I like to point out is the flush design, not only of their door, but of their slide outs. When this comes in, it tucks inside the sidewall. Most companies have fascia that go over the sidewall. what that's going to do, number one, you hear a lot more wind noise as you're driving 60, 70 miles an hour, but in a driving rainstorm, water can get in there easier. With the flush slides, you don't have to worry about that. Moving up here, we have just a little cubby hole here. You might keep some gloves or something in there, some tools that you don't want to bring inside. They figure out a way to use all the storage available. And here's our water closet. Now, Newmar just makes it very easy, you know, to access everything you need here. It's your winterization kit. You have your valve, black and gray valves open. You have 60 gallons of gray tank, 40 on the black, and 150 gallons of fresh water in this. You can see your sewage rinse, your autofill, whole house filter here, outside shower, low point drains, and then of course your power rewind on your water hose. Move up to this compartment, and this is our Oasis. This is the hydronic heating system that I'll talk about a little more when we get inside. The two common are Oasis and Aqua Hot. Oasis has some definite benefits to it. It burns quieter and cleaner, and with their electric elements, you can heat it electrically in a little bit colder weather. Here we have our inverter. It's that white box on the right. Over here by our power cord reel, we have our transfer switch with a built-in surge protector there. So if you've got a low voltage or high voltage in a campground, you don't have to be concerned. You can actually bring in cable. Maybe you're having a portable satellite, or you're going to plug into the campground cable. You do that right here. And this feature here, if you've ever had to roll up a 50 amp cord when it's cold and frozen, it can be like wrestling an anaconda. I love having that power reel. Makes it a lot cleaner and easier for you. Moving up to this compartment, you see our 8K diesel generator. That is the standard generator. You have 2 air conditioners on this unit. Plenty of power to run everything you want if you're dry camping. And then one final compartment here, just a little bit more storage. You do have an auxiliary a fan with a heater there, kind of circulates some heat in these storage compartments. And then again, you have your fill here for your diesel and your DEF fluid. And we're going to talk about this a little bit inside. This is where the cab and the coach meet. And there are articulating arms in there that actually allow the cab to move 3 or 4 inches independent of the coach. Really a great feature. So let's go ahead and head inside. Let me get my hood latch down. First thing I'm going to point out about the entry step, it is a 3-step hydraulic here. And there are sensors both on the front and underneath. So if you should come down and butt up to a curb or on top of it, it'll stop. It won't go down and crush that into the curb. Let's go ahead and head inside here. Go ahead, Jody. Another unique feature about the Superstar, I'll point out right here, when I come in a coach like this, first thing I do is I open this cabinet. And you notice we have a step cover. Well, it's got a little glitch right now, but that cover, covers the whole step well, so if you have pets and stuff, they're not tumbling down in there. I came in here about 45 minutes ago, and I wanted to get some heat going in here. And we were down to about 50 degrees. I see it's up to 60 already. Well, what I did is I turned on my Oasis system. We talked about this outside. And you see up here, we have our AC heat, and there's two elements. So I've got both of my electric elements running right now. The benefit of that is you can heat your coach in colder temperatures with electric without having to worry about turning on your diesel. If I really wanted to heat it up quickly, I'd turn on both electric and my diesel burner, and it'd heat up very fast. You also have your levelers here, your inverter system, battery charger. This is for your Girard awnings. We had that nice roof mount Girard awning up there. Battery disconnect switch, security lights, your exterior step, engine block heater, so forth. Just really convenient. As soon as you walk in the coach, it's right there at your fingertips. This coach happens to be the Chateau graphics with the Chateau interior, and this is the glazed cherry hardwood cabinetry with a matte finish. It's not the high gloss. Beautiful cabinetry work. And as you look up in this first compartment, you can see it's got your Wi-Fi Ranger. That is a cell phone router or booster. This ginger glazed cherry is one of my favorite cabinet colors. Nice storage there. Another kind of unique thing that Newmar does, you notice this bank of cabinets isn't just a flat row. They give it a little, contour there. It's, gives it a little design effect, I guess you'd call it, rather than just a straight bank of flat cabinets. Up here we do have our privacy curtain for the cab area at night. And as long as we're up here, let's talk about the cab a little bit. One thing you've probably noticed is this window here. Now there is a shade that comes down to block that, but you don't see anything like this in the other units. Oh, pardon me, I didn't get my phone shut off. Let's turn that down. I mentioned about the air ride cab. You can see this system right here, kind of this baffle, and in there you've got articulating arms. Imagine the big long city bus that bends in the middle. That's what this does here. And if you stand, one foot in the cab, one in the coach, you can actually feel them move separately. Another nice thing is you don't have the big step right here going down into the coach. They do have air ride seats. So as you're going down the road, if you want to, make it a little more comfortable, possibly air it up. That's a little too high for me. There we go. All right, very simple, easy to read dash. It's your Allison 3200 6-speed transmission here. You do have a Jacobs brake with a high and low range. Your backup monitor radio has Rand McNally navigation in it, parking brake, suspension override here. All of your, house battery, chassis battery, this is your battery boost, your regen for your DEF and your particulate chamber, gen start, docking lights on the outside. Everything easy to read right here. And then you can turn your camera on if you're pulling a stacker trailer you want to see behind you. Again, this is a 2020 model, and they have changed the cab a little bit for the 21s. The fabric on the chairs matches the house fabric, but this is a great coach, and anybody that wants a deal, we're very motivated on our 2020 models. Let's go ahead and turn around and take a look at the floor plan now. This is the 4051 model, and you get the buffet dinette here. This pulls out. You've got a couple of matching chairs, folding chairs that are under the bed. Some nice storage underneath. Now, a Superstar has sort of the same trim level as a ventana. You do have the day-night shades. I'll show you the nighttime one. They're manual here, where when you get to the Dutch Star level or maybe a Supreme Air, those are going to be electric blinds at that point. Nice 41-inch TV or 42-inch LED TV there with your Bose soundbar. On this side, we have our hide-a-bed couch. This is a full queen here that pulls out, so if you have guests, you have a comfortable place to sleep. And a couple of foot rests. These ottomans are an option, but always nice when you're watching TV to be able to put your feet up on something. As we move more to the middle of the coach, right here you can see our pantry with nice full glide pull-out drawers. A lot of storage there. I know sometimes you got your canned goods or your pancake mix in the back, and it's hard to reach, especially for somebody that's a little bit shorter, so they pull out all the way. Let's take a look over here at the kitchen. We have a dual undermount stainless steel sink with residential style fixtures. Over here on our induction cook surface, get in there. What am I doing wrong there? This is a true induction cook surface. You can actually lift it out, unplug it, take it outside, and use it to cook outside if you'd like. We have a nice countertop extension. And then underneath, they actually think about, where am I going to put my trash can? They provide it for you. And you do have a rather large storage area. Maybe you can get a shot of that. So all your cleaning supplies and other things, there's plenty of room there. You do have full-length pull-out drawers, and they are all soft close. These very deep drawers, so a lot of great storage in this unit. This one gives you the silverware tray, and you can never have too many remote controls. This one happens to have a sleep number bed. Here's your control for that. A couple other things that I like that Newmar does, they give you the touch-up paint for your outside. So if you get a minor scratch, you can touch that up yourself, not have to worry about going to the body shop. A couple extra key fobs. This is your flagpole bracket, spare filter for your whole house water filter, and again, all soft close drawers. Here we've got our Whirlpool refrigerator. Actually, we have all Whirlpool appliances. This is your convection microwave. That's a 30-inch, so very large. You could probably do your Thanksgiving turkey if it's not too big in there. 19 cubic foot residential style refrigerator. So plenty of storage in both the freezer compartment and the upper compartment. And this does have a latch here that when you're going down the road you can lock it. Fingers are a little cold right now. Let's go into the half bathroom right here. The 4051 is a bath and a half floor plan. It's a full wall slide, so when the slide and the bedroom slide come in, kind of hard to reach the back bathroom, so they give you this one. Another thing I'll point out that all your Newmars have, let me get some lights here. They put your breakers and fuses in the bathroom pretty much on all their models. Everything is labeled. You got some spare fuses over here. They've got a label that tells you what it is. If you ever, are having a problem, There's a number up in the cab. You can call a Newmar specialist. They can walk you through where the breakers are, what fuse you might want to check if they need to be replaced. Another thing is the vessel sink here. It gives you a lot more storage in this countertop area. You know, the half bathroom is a little bit tight, but you can see there's good storage underneath here. You do get a vanity, you know, medicine chest, little cabinet storage there. Let's move on back. So we come into the bedroom. You've got two cabinets on either side of the TV for wardrobe storage. You have actually 5 drawers here. This top one is more of a video center for your video devices, but you have 5 deep pull-out drawers, again, all of them with the soft close feature. We can lift up the bed and show you that you do have some storage under here. Couple of folding chairs, and that matches the fabric that you've got up in the living room. And again, this is a king bed, and it is a sleep number bed, so you can, you know, control each side individually. Up here you've got some buttons for your lights and so forth. One feature I like, there's a high-low on your accent lights and your overhead lights, so you might want to turn it all off at night and just have your accent lights on and do a little reading. Both sides of the bed give you another little storage area, and you have a 110 outlet there with a couple of USB ports. It's great if you have a sleep machine or something you want to plug in at night. It doesn't matter what side of the bed you're on. I didn't mention up front, but I'll point it out here. This decorative cover here, it actually covers your air conditioning ducts. So you're not seeing them as you walk down the coach. Gives it a really high-end designer finish to it. Let's move back into the master bathroom. Now we have a 36-inch radius shower with a nice teak seat, and this is a heavy-duty seat. One of the nice features they've added in the last year or so is your water miser system. What that does is it circulates the fresh water as your shower's heating up back into your fresh water tank. It's not even coming out, it's just recirculating until it's warm. Once it gets warm enough, that light comes on, you flip your switch, and then you've either got your main shower head or you've got a wand here. But the two things that really does, number one, you're not wasting fresh water, and number two, you're not filling up your gray tank. So we do have 150 gallons fresh water, 100 gallons, 60 on the gray, 40 on the black. Over here, we've got a little wardrobe area, again, for your hanging clothes. A couple of nice drawers here, and you've got a safe back there. And then a couple more storage drawers down below. Under your vanity, a few more drawers, and some nice storage back here. Has a great medicine cabinet, real deep. Let's get our vanity lights on there. There we go. Beautiful solid surface countertop, undermount sink, and look at the backsplash. Just a great look. And here we have our stackable washer and dryer. There is another little storage area down here. And here we come to another one of the very unique features to the Newmar. This is the egress door. So if there's an emergency and you have to bail out, you're not going head first out a window down to the pavement. When you get this open, let's see here. Lock, unlock. Figure out which way is which. There we are. So if I were to pull this tab, there's actually a ladder back there you can kind of see. I'm not going to drop it down right now. But, you know, even for somebody that's a little bit older, it gives you a realistic way to get out of this coach if there's an emergency. Actually, this would come off if need be. If you're a rather large person and you need a little extra space, that comes off very easily. Okay. Well, let's move back up to the front. Try to remember what I'm forgetting to point out. Your fantastic fan controls here. Got one in the bathroom, one in the kitchen, one in the rear bathroom. Boy, what else is there? Anything you can think of? Any questions from our tens of viewers? Let me drop this down. Once again, this is a Newmar Superstar 4051 model. It is a 2020, and again, we're highly motivated on all our 2020 models. If you have any questions on this one or want to get a hold of me, this is my contact information. I'd like to thank you once again for tuning in. We try to do these 5 days a week. If there's a particular unit you want information on or want to see a video walk around, give us a call, send us an email, let us know. We're here to help. We've got plenty of inventory now. We're getting more used every day. So once again, until next time, friends, happy trails.